At the Courtside Club. You're not allowed in the Courtside Club. I'm the bouncer in the club. Whoa, ID. Vince Carter, come on in.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Courtside Club. Today we have a very special episode for you. You know that we love dunking on the Courtside Club. And today I have three of the best professional dunkers in the world sitting with me. We have B-Ruff, JC, and Jordan Southerland. Thanks for joining me, guys.
Never heard for having us in my life. I'm sorry. I like
Wait, what do we, Jonathan Clark?
Jay Clark the jumper.
I like the
You just say
Jonathan.
Jay Clark.
Jonathan is
Say Jay
Jonathan
Clark.
in there.
Jay Clark the jumper.
It's
Jay Clark the
JC
jumper.
But JC is fine. You do not have to say Jay Clark the jumper.
Damn, I'm
Only
getting
JC I know
No,
is
don't do
Jesus.
We're getting caught up in the names.
Oh,
We're getting
stop.
caught up in the names, guys. Stop it. I apologize.
Joining me today, B-Ruff,
Yo.
Jay Clark the jumper.
No.
What?
Oh my gosh.
Wait.
Jay Clark. He said say that.
Jonathan Clark
Jonathan Clark is fine. I'm cool with
and
it.
Jordan Sutherland.
JC is
AKA the
fine
one for
too.
God.
If we could get past the nicknames, I would love to talk
I
about
would love
actual
to.
dunking
You see how
with you
B-Ruff
guys.
is just smooth? B-Ruff, no up and
But
down.
nicknames are actually a very big part of the dunking scene.
Jay
This
Clark
is true.
B-Ruff.
So you guys have
Oh,
all
gosh.
been in the dunk scene for a little while. I feel like I have three.
I'm like the newest one here.
And
At,
how long have you been dunking?
I'm gonna say how long? Yeah, dunking since '07. But as far as like getting paid to dunk and dunking professionally, I'm gonna say recently 2 years. I'm not gonna count my first year because the first year was just I'm a paid dunker. You know, as of recent as the past 2 years, I can say I'm a professional dunker because for one, I'm traveling. One, I'm getting the money that I don't have to like put anything up front. Like, oh, I gotta pay a ticket. It's like no, I'm more like I'm getting recognized for my abilities and I'm getting treated as such. But also, it's going back to my mentality. Like I'm always humble. Like, are you a dunker? Yeah, I do a little bit of, I jump a little bit. And it's like, no, yeah, I'm a
So
dunker,
how?
dog.
Obviously, I'm familiar with this scene a bit, and I have been following it since 2013, early 2013.
Yeah.
And so I have a lot of respect for you guys, but I feel like that maybe the general public or the basketball community might have seen your clips on social media. How do we get to that title of professional dunker? Because you guys, to me, are in that top category. It makes perfect sense. But like you said, that first year you didn't call yourself a pro dunker.
No.
So what makes you guys call yourself pro dunkers now?
It's categories for me personally. So you have contest dunkers. They don't get commercials. They don't do anything else
Outside
but
contest.
just do dunk contests. They live for dunk contests. That's all they do. For me, a professional dunker, you also are classified as an entertainer. So these are some of your Globetrotters and stuff like that, your Harlem Wizards, guys like us who not only can go do a dunk show for somebody, but if you need us to go speak to the kids, we can do that as well. If you need us to come to a party and just do an appearance at a mall or
bar
something like
mitzvah.
that, we can do that as well.
Have you done a bar mitzvah?
Yeah, I've done at
the-
least
the-
13 at this
the-
point.
Oh my God.
Bar
We literally
mitzvahs are
show
lit.
out, and then they have the open cash bar for you. I love the bar mitzvah. We love you guys. Book more of us.
Please,
Love you
I
guys.
love bar mitzvahs.
Adam
Those
Sandler,
are
if you
some
need
of
us,
the funnest events. Professional dunker to me is you have that business mindset, which a lot of dunkers don't have. All they focus on is the basketball aspect of it, and that's fine. It's the same as you're not going to classify LeBron and some of the other players in the league when it comes to that business mind and how they move and how they operate because they don't think the same. Some guys are out there, they just want to run up and down the court, put the ball in the rim, and go home. LeBron is like, no, I want to open a school. I want to open this business. I want to help people do this. And when it comes to being a professional dunker in this day and age, you have to have all those traits because we're getting so many opportunities. Like, I remember when Clark first went viral for the teaching stuff when he was dunking at the pep rally. He had a full teacher outfit
dunked on
on,
kids,
dunking
so
on
cold.
kids, going
Yeah,
crazy.
for those of you who might just be tuning in, Jonathan is also a high school science teacher.
Well, I'm
Right?
dual credentialed in science and PE. So I'm just doing PE now, but
Okay.
I have taught science, middle school science, 8th grade, and for the past 2 years, PE and
Yeah.
coach track.
But like you were saying, you guys are very well-rounded
Yeah.
in this space. And that was something I think that stood out to the general public. So they're like, wait, why did this teacher just poster a student in a classroom or at the pep rally do whatever dunk that you did? Who's the best professional dunker in the world right now?
Everybody's gonna say themselves because I got supreme confidence in me. He's gonna say him, and if the camera's rolling, I say him too. But I'm at the table, so I'm gonna say me. Nah, 1 foot.
Realistically, to me right now, I love Jay Clark, I love Isaiah, I love Jordan Kilgannon, but I feel like nobody can beat me but myself right now because of how many hours I've put into the gym to be as consistent as I am. And the only two people, like I said, respect to these guys here, but that I've seen with that consistency recently, because Guy Dupuis was the most consistent dunker in the world for years, point blank period, he didn't miss. But Kilgannon does not miss because he comes in with his plan, he knows what dunks he's gonna do. So when it goes to me going against Kilgannon, I know what dunks I have to do, I know I can't miss once because he's not gonna miss. And then with Isaiah Rivera, it's just like going against Jay Clark. His bag is so deep that you never know what they're gonna come with, but that's also a disadvantage in the dunk game. Because it will mess you up mentally coming into a contest with too many dunks on your head to do. And then you have the debate of, do I want to go viral and lose, or do I want to keep it basic, what I think is basic, and win? So that's why I feel like I've mastered the mind game of the dunk contest game. That's why I feel like I'm the best in the world.
I was going to say, I give the 4, boom, boom, Kilgannon, Isaiah. The problem is,
so you say top 4 dunkers?
I say top 4 because when you get top 5, these two, let's go. Of course, Kilgannon. I want you to go to top 4. These two, Kilgannon and Isaiah. When it comes to that group, it's based upon Monday. He might be feeling it. He might crush him. He might kill him off on Monday. But let's just say the contest on Wednesday, and he's feeling it. When it gets to those 4, it's literally who's feeling it at that time, who's feeling good.
That answer.
We talked about it. And I'm like, it's also based upon positioning because if he does it, there's so many variables that question is who's the best dunker is literally time, place, and positioning. I feel like those.
So would you guys agree that there's a group of 4 right now that any given day, one of you could be the best?
If you want to throw a 5th in there just for the sake of it, consistency-wise, gonna give it to you in the contest. Might not do the craziest stuff. He gonna do what he do. You can't ever exclude Chris Staples. You can't, because he's gonna make his dunks, bro. Chris gonna come in there. You tired of seeing 360 between the legs? But I ain't tired of making it. You keep trying to do under both every contest and you miss. I've been doing this 360 for 5 years, winning.
I love Chris out of there because he's doing his own thing. But if it was a fifth dunker from the USA, I would throw Staples in there. Because like you say, one thing I'm for, I love consistency. If I'm gonna try this dunk and you missed it in the contest and now we're not inviting you back. That's how I made it. The
pro dunking aspect. Professional dunkers are consistent. Can you do this in a show, in a contest, in a bar mitzvah, wherever you're at? I don't care how small the court is, how many people are there. Can you keep that level of consistency when those lights are on? Whether it's 50 people in the crowd or 50,000, you have to be able to keep that consistency. And that's a major aspect that separates a professional dunker from a contest dunker.
So what sport would you compare dunking as being the closest to? Because you guys talk about any given day, you have one chance, essentially. You get 3 tries in a contest, but essentially if you don't make that first dunk, that's already knocking your score and it's not as impressive.
Professional skateboarding.
Track and field, shot putting.
Skateboarding
for sure.
Whatever sport you have to one up somebody.
In terms of athletic performance, I like track and field, but in terms of the entertainment value, the showmanship, skateboarding.
Like the score, how the scoring is ranked. If you watch the X Games and you watch when they have those moments where it's like best trick competition for skateboarding, that's some of the stuff we went through at Dunk League. Like, you got 3 minutes to do all these dunks. What's your best one? That's why we want dunking to be an Olympic sport, because now skateboarding is an Olympic sport, and we feel like we are on the same plateau as far as what we do on a yearly basis all over the world, and how much influence we have. Like, just like skateboarding was big on the video games, people play 2K to dunk on people and cross them. Like, we the guys that do those dunks.
So what's holding dunking back from becoming an Olympic sport?
Organization. Shout out the World Dunk Association. They're trying to get it together right now. but it's a lot of crab in the barrel mentality as far as people. It's gatekeepers. There's a lot of gatekeepers in the dunk industry that are withholding opportunities from dunkers who deserve it, who would help the game elevate.
When you said gatekeepers, is there something there? Like, what's going on? Because dunking has been around, and professional dunking has been around. And now with social media, I feel like it is the biggest it has ever been.
Yeah.
Because you guys are able to share your craft, whether you're in a contest, whether you're on ESPN, whether you're on television or not. You guys have your own social platforms, and you all have followings. So, what's the hold up now?
For me, I think it's everything that these guys have said. The organization, someone needs to come in and put something together that's valid, that people want to see, that's not a repetition of what has been done in the past, because if it worked in the past, then it wouldn't be what it is now. It would be much bigger. But it's kind of someone puts on a big contest, and it falls under the same rules of, have the mayor of the city, the local dog be a judge, and kind of all these these
got a making competition.
I will say that that's been one thing that's been really intriguing to me. And obviously, I'm sitting here and I appreciate you guys having this conversation with me. I can't dunk, but I can appreciate what you guys are doing, and I do see that there is something very wrong with the scoring. Yeah, and I've had conversations about it. I want to know from you guys. I've talked to Chuck about it, obviously. Yeah. He's been in this scene forever. What do you guys think needs to happen with the scoring?
You got to get a concrete scoring system like the Olympics, to where if I jump over somebody and reverse it, it's this. But we have to do something that's also not going to take away because I love the human element in it. I'm a showman when I dunk. I love, if I got a 7 on or 8 on this dunk, if I do something showmanship at the end of it, I can go ahead and get an extra point. So it's teetering. I want to do something in between those lines, but at the same time, we just have to get a rubric. We have to get a cut-based rubric like gymnastics. When they land and they do that, that's an 8.2 every time. If the next person does that, lands and does that, with a little bit of variance, it's 8.4.
Yeah.
It's
so
like
that's a sport that I'm actually very familiar with, and I've compared your guys' scoring to gymnastics, because it's like, there are certain deduction levels. And so for you guys, if the duck isn't flush,
that's clean.
Right, that's like
it takes a point
minus 0.1,
Jump over somebody, knock them over a little bit, that's minus
that
points.
Means you pushed off somebody.
But again, it's just like being like on American Idol. I feel like we can fix it and we can't, because at the end of the day, it still comes down to preference. When it comes to judges, whether the judges know about dunking or they don't know about dunking, they may have a preference of style or dunk, or like for me, I'm a 1-foot jumper. Some people love that because it gives the illusion of flying when I take off from far and stuff like that. But I've lost many contests because even though I'm doing that, it's a 5'9" guy that just jumps over people, and that looks wilder to them than me doing all my double between the legs attempts and under both and all that stuff. So again, it comes down to preference, which is why I feel like if we don't get the gymnastics scoring, which will be hard for a dunk contest, because again, even with the gymnastic contest, those scores sometimes come down to preference. Like somebody made like a tumble this much better, like that is a 9 tumble, and somebody's like, there's a 6 tumble out of me. I didn't like how they landed.
Well, Michaela Maroney has the most famous perfect 10 vault that everybody thought was a perfect 10, and she didn't get that perfect 10. So there will always be that slight bit of subjection, whatever the word is. Yeah. But I will say, if there was an encyclopedia of dunk like there is with figure skating or gymnastics, that would take that gray area out. And if the people we're judging weren't the mayor's dog, or just some celebrity or social media. And I've judged dunk contests before, and I probably messed it up.
We trust you because you're in the basketball realm. When you get someone that's not even in that realm, it's like you said, the mayor, he's like, well, what are you about to do? I'm about to do a double up. He's going to jump over something. Okay. It's like, we'll respect you because you're in the basketball scene. Also, you have that thing, okay, you can tell when someone's pushing off or something. So we'll trust your opinion. But the other person's like, we look bad.
But I think there should be some training even when it is big competitions. And for you guys as well, not everybody is dunking professionally full time. So sometimes the income that comes from a contest that you might have deserved to have won, that you did not get that prize money, actually truly affects people's lives,
Yeah. So I'm coming home with 1K and not 5.
let's talk about the NBA dunk contest a little bit. The last dunk contest that we just had.
We need Stephen A. Smith's help.
How do you guys feel about that? Because he came on strong after that dunk contest. He said that it was the worst dunk contest in the history of this planet.
Which is cap.
Not true. No, not
Which
true.
is very untrue.
There was one that was.
And you guys replied to those videos on social media, sent in your videos. Did you hear back from him?
No. Just being realistic, I don't think it's gonna be a point where we would be in the NBA dunk contest, because then it wouldn't be the NBA dunk contest. And let's give those guys credit.
Yeah.
These guys are going out here, and especially, I've said this multiple times about this topic, these aren't like back in the 90s when it was these superstars doing the contest. Michael Jordan, Dominique Wilkins, the pressure that they felt on a nightly basis was nothing compared to that pressure in the dunk contest. Like, I gotta go win championships. I don't care about this dunk contest. But you got these young guys who realize this contest can make or break my career right now. Like, me being a dunk champion can actually keep me in the league because it has my name floating around there. And that's a different type of pressure that they don't feel on a nightly basis. They don't have to deal with. And the dunks are harder now. It's a higher level of dunks. They don't have years of practice like we do to work on these dunks. So you have to give them the credit for even trying, because they have the athletic ability. It's a lot of guys at the dunk camp we're at right now that have the athletic ability to do a lot. But the mechanics of doing the dunk, they haven't put that together because they're not working on that all the time. They're trying to make their game better and evolve in their game.
Yeah, 6 a.m. practice, shoot around. They don't have time to just go strictly dunk like we do.
I would say, like, if you also look at powerlifting, bodybuilding, different sports that have different levels, right? So if you have like junior powerlifting, right? These are this level of kid, and we expect this type of performance. Then you have obviously like the highest level of profession, like the NBA. Even though we hold them to the highest regard, they're not professional dunkers. Like they said, they're not. When Zach Lavine wakes up in the morning, he's like, man, I'm gonna work on, my East Bay transfers to get my hand speed up.
Yeah.
He's not worried about that. He has to worry about the Utah Jazz. We're in Utah, so I just said he's got to worry about the Utah Jazz tonight, right? When I wake up in the morning, obviously, like when you get past like the children and teaching and stuff like that, it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna work on my East Bay today. Like in terms of the sport that I do, like dunking is what I do. So if we're in a contest together, if we were doing a one-on-one, okay, he's gonna kill me because he has all these skills in his tool bag to use at his disposal to beat me. If we're in a dunk contest, I have all of these tools in my tool bag at my disposal to beat him. So it's like, as a NBA dunk contest fan, I enjoy watching what they do because I know they're not practicing what I do. So when people send me a DM like, oh, you tried to do your dunk. Yeah, he tried to do it in 2 weeks in between, 7 basketball games and 13 appearances when I've had 4 or 5 years to develop that.
So how does it feel for you guys to hear somebody like Stephen A. obviously has this massive platform, and his speech was trending on social media and everybody heard that? Like, you guys being the professional dunkers that you are, the guys that he was talking about, how does that make you feel when he calls it out?
Feels good. Get a little recognition, but at the same time, we're not naive. We do know that it's going to take some time, and we know that you're not just going to have us come do a dunk show, because then it wouldn't be the NBA dunk contest. Yeah. So we love it. We love that he's going to advocate for us. Maybe, hopefully, he can be.
If he advocated for us, though.
I felt a type of way about it, to be fair, because
he did disrespect them a little bit. It's like, you got to at least be respectful about it. But go ahead.
I don't even think to the point of disrespecting the NBA players, but to make such a stink when I know that he hasn't really been paying attention as much. So obviously, we're talking about this one contest because it wasn't that great. Yeah. But to see all of you guys who obviously I'm close with kind of send in your videos and right. Yeah. Yeah. So
this how I know he wasn't paying attention.
It was sweeping under the dust.
No offense, my guy is literally at the dunk camp right now, but the dunker that he brought up on the video was Chris Spell doing a backflip at dunk camp last year. And if he was locked in like he was supposed to be, because it's a lot of ESPN guys and analysts that are actually locked in, they know who we are. They've seen the dunks. They show the dunks to the NBA players. The NBA players show the dunks to them. We've been on SportsCenter. They've seen that. So the fact that he just picked what was ever the most recent dunk that ESPN just posted, I
Yeah,
know
yeah,
he's not really tapped in as he say he is. But at the end of the day, like Ruff said, just to get that acknowledgement, because we see these guys doing our dunks. We know who's the guy behind it showing them the dunks. Like it's Chuck. Like we know who's showing them the dunks. So it's that's all we want at the end of the day is like
now my last name.
Like we said, we work so hard to perfect these dunks and make it look easy. Like a little recognition goes a long way for our lives. You guys are potential millionaires and some are millionaires. You just saying my name that, yes, this dunk I did was from Jordan Southerland. Thank you, 1 Foot God. I've been watching your Instagram. That one shout out after you win in the dunk contest or even participating just changed my life. Boom. Because I've been doing this for so many years just for that recognition from the stars, like from the Shaqs and all these people that are in the league. So
what guys have complimented you or shouted you guys out that you maybe weren't expecting?
Shaq is the big homie.
Fan of yours.
Like Shaq's the big homie. So
Shaq show love. Thank you, Shaq. Appreciate you. I want to jump over
from a kid standpoint, from like you are looking at 3 basketball fans. We're not just guys who fell in love with the sport of dunking. No, these are 3 guys who love the sport of basketball. Watching Shaq as a little kid, like watching the finals, watching Kobe and Shaq in the finals, and just this is a person who like knows your name, like he knows you got kids, he knows if you got a wife or whatever the situation is. Shaq knows, so it's like for that NBA legend to be that tapped in, it's mind blowing because this is all from us dunking of basketball.
I honestly feel like if you got the 5 best dunkers, NBA, you got your 5 selectees for the dunk contest. You have the 5 dunkers that are dunking now, not the 5 dunkers that dunked in the past. You have the dunkers that are dunking now. Coach each one of those guys. You get Obi Toppin, you get Jake, Anthony. Yeah, you know Obi Toppin. You get Anthony. Like, have one of these guys coach one of their participants instead of one person who, like Chuck. Yeah, you killing it. But let's go ahead and get these guys because they're dunking now. They're doing it now. Let's get them to coach those guys.
But then also let's film a bit of that, and maybe the intros to this challenge is showing you guys working with them.
Yeah, coached by Jay Clark. The jumper. Boom. Then the contestant goes.
Hypothetical here. We take the top 5 professional dunkers in the world right now. What top 5 NBA dunkers would give you guys the most competition?
Zach Lavine could do 90% of the dunks I can do, and I promise you that.
Yeah.
I really promise. Like if you gave Zach Lavine, if Zach Lavine said Zach Lavine off top for me, boom. If AG still, like, I feel like AG still got it. Like, Aaron Gordon got it.
He just lost. He didn't lose. I mean, it was a hell of a contest.
We know what happened, bro. Like, keep it
real,
real, bro. We know what happened.
If he, like, you know what, I'm coming back out.
I love Zach Lavine, bro. Zach Lavine did a 360 scoop right after Aaron Gordon did a 360 scoop after Mascot Hand doing a spin. I don't want to hear that. Aaron Gordon won the first one. Like, it's no, I'm not debating nothing,
was doing this, man.
I'm not debating nothing on that one. We'll continue.
Wasn't that stuff?
What's that?
The mascot?
For the
I collabed with
Yes.
stuff.
That was a little.
Okay, so we have Zach Lavine, we have Aaron Gordon. Who else?
Obi really
Cassius.
could, like, Cassius Stanley. If
y'all forgetting one person. They forget one
Cassius,
person.
is he in the league
I think so.
right now?
Ja?
Ja Morant.
Sorry.
I won't say Ja because if you've ever watched Ja do trick dunks, he is one of the most inconsistent dunkers at doing trick dunks, period.
But could he
Like,
do a couple
bro,
of
because
those dunks that, like,
he
if the
could.
judges, like,
But I have
up,
other dunkers I would put over
scoop.
him. Like, I would, even though he's not as big as a dunker, as a celebrity as him, I'm putting Obi over Ja because Obi has come out and done my dunks with a week's worth of training.
Obi won it.
a week's worth of training, bro. Like,
Obi
that's
is
wild.
Obi is the dunk champion.
Okay, so we have a solid 3.
AG.
So Obi, AG,
Are we going
and
young guys?
Zach.
Because I'm looking like if Anthony ever got into like just dunking,
Yeah.
I'd be like, Lord.
Are we talking?
got 2
talking
more slots.
in this hypothetical? Are they polished or is it just
Or can
pure
we refine
hypothetical?
Just who would give you
I want
the
Anthony
best
Edwards.
competition?
I ain't
Zion.
gonna lie to y'all, Zion is a problem. Zion's a problem. Zion.
Just the fact that like
he
he
go
might do a
one
dunk, break the
and
rim, and I'm
two.
like,
Yeah, Zion.
Zion's a
Zion
problem.
Okay.
does
so
a windmill
Zion.
and breaks a rim that changes everything.
Did.
We got
And
one
That's
more.
4.
We got one more.
Since Cassius Stanley isn't guaranteed in the league, like I don't know if he's in the league right now. then and I don't know if Terrence Ferguson is still in the league right now because Terrence Ferguson or him will be my fifth all day. So since I don't know, I guess I'll go with Ja.
Unexpected bounce.
Terrence.
Terrence Ferguson, yeah.
I don't think it's
Look at him
unexpected
like,
because
like,
we're built the same.
In high school, he windmill from the free throw line.
You look bigger than he does.
He's 3 inches taller than me and weighs 20 pounds more.
Really?
But it's probably height, but I don't know.
Maybe when he's on the court with the other guys, he looks small.
It's like,
No.
Lord Almighty.
So wait, so is Ja hitting
I
that?
go Ja since I don't know if those twos are currently in the league right now.
Ja,
So
I was gonna
Zion,
say Ja.
Zach,
Obi, Zach, and Aaron Gordon.
That five would be lit.
That's
We're gonna
crazy.
destroy them, but no disrespect.
my thing is,
you guys will kill
with
them.
all respect, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro. Like between,
competition.
like just alone between Zion and Zach, it's gonna be a problem because
Zion, Zach, you.
Zion got 4 dunks right now that is light dunks for him. 360 windmill, a free throw line windmill, and between the legs that he can do with so much power and velocity, it's gonna be ridiculous.
It's the velocity for me.
And Zach Lavine.
Yeah.
Zach Lavine could do 3 of my 4 main contest dunks right now, and I know it. If I told him this is how you spin to do it, I know he could do it.
But the thing is, like, if they were to do this dunk, we're polished enough to be like, okay, you did that dunk and got over. Got a
Our
48,
bag
I
is
know
just
this.
that's the thing. Like when it comes
it
to
becomes chess
at
now,
a certain
like,
point,
oh,
it's
yeah,
like
cool.
the bag is too deep. Like
Yeah.
I know you wouldn't even think to do this dunk.
Like, this is definitely a Burberry.
Like Zach Lavine would never think to do a scorpion dunk. He just wouldn't think to do that off one foot. He wouldn't think to do a double elbow off one foot.
or
But that's
fakey scorpion,
easy to
you
me.
know what I'm saying? Like,
but those are easy to me, and it would be easy for him. But that's not what he would think about. He's gonna do behind the back, between the legs. He might pull it under both, a scoop. But when we start getting into combining dunks and doing the
Right.
tricky, freakier
the
stuff,
two
that we
dunks
did,
into one and
like,
stuff,
nah, it's
okay.
like when you got 2 basketballs, a ladder involved. Like it's like, oh no, what do we do? What? No, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa.
Yeah,
Then you
get
got
it.
B Ruff who done hit a backflip after the dunk. He done did a round off. I'm over here dancing. Like it's a whole entertainment value.
It's
It's,
just
a
like-
different level.
You're
that
ripping off your jersey.
like,
Yes.
oh,
Yes.
jersey. Final
Jersey
dunk of every
backwards.
contest of my shirt not off is not a contest.
I'm not strong enough for that just yet.
Best NBA dunker of all time.
Vince.
So,
Lord
That was
Vince,
easy.
Lord Vince the
Vince,
Carter.
Vince.
Without Vince,
Mr.
there's
Vince.
none of these new guys. But
Vince.
no,
I'm not
matter
even
of fact,
here.
No, Vince.
matter of fact,
Don't do this.
Matter of fact, bro. Matter
do
of
this,
fact, bro.
Vince.
Vince Carter,
Matter of
bro.
fact, bro.
Don't say it.
They
Vince
say
Carter.
they say
Don't say
Vince
Vince.
Carter hands down.
One foot guy, don't do this. Vince Carter.
Don't do this, Vince Carter.
Not right now. Not at the club.
Vince
Not at the
Carter.
Courtside Club. His name is Vincent Carter.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna throw Vincent. It might not
I
be.
used to watch the top 100 Vince Carter dunks before every
Who are
dunk
you
contest.
gonna put above him? If it's not like what Dominique or
It's Vince Carter.
Why do you say Vince is the best? Because of influence or act? Like, real talk, because of influence, or are we speaking on the actual dunks they can do?
You're gonna
Because
go
if we're
with someone
speaking on
relative.
actual dunks they can do, just point blank period,
Going
dunks
relative?
alone, Jay Rich is better than Vince in the dunk contest, dunks alone. And you won't lie to me and sit there and say he's not.
okay, no.
Dunks only.
What did you say? What did you
Dunks-
say?
I'm saying
Jay
dunks
Rich
only.
said I hit that dunk under tweet and I tried it and I never hit that again. Consistency. He's not consistent. On his own Jay Rich East Bay.
We're just
he made that
listen,
dunk
bro.
and he can't do it.
Vince Carter, you'd never seen Vince Carter do another between the legs in his life after that until he was 40.
He was doing it when he was young with the
Which
Afro
is
in
wild.
Florida.
That's wild, by the
He did
way.
it at 40.
That's wild, by the way.
What did you just
But he
say,
never
40?
did it again.
So-
Like you said, he never did it again until he got older. He was like, I gotta see if I still got it, which is fine. But if we want to say, if we're going off of old, if we're going off of dudes dunking in their old age, Dr. J dunked every birthday until he was 70. So let's talk about that.
How tall is he?
To me,
With the wingspan?
bro, are we talking about influence or just dunking? Just answer me this. Both. Vince Carter.
Vince Carter.
Vince Carter.
Vince Carter,
The-
hands
the
down.
GOAT
No, Vince
of
Carter's the
NBA
GOAT.
dunking.
Vince Carter.
Vince Carter.
Influence,
Everything.
style,
Vince Carter.
made every kid want to dunk. Vince
Attitude,
Carter.
Vince Carter.
Attitude.
Like, literally when Jay Rich said, I tried that Jay
In-game
Rich
dunk,
condition, I was
only,
like,
only closer in-game dunker would be
Vincenzo
Sean
Carter.
Kemp. And
Vincenzo,
and
that's
it's like this.
Vincenzo.
So
Vincenzo
Vince
Carter.
bro. Vince Carter.
Vincenzo Carter.
But for me,
For us, Vince Carter.
Vince Carter.
Vincenzo Carter.
Listen.
Everybody
Yeah,
else.
he's about to sign off the show.
No, bro,
Like,
if
we
you
are
were going
done.
to just talk about dunks, bro, you
Vince Carter,
can't.
bro.
Like I said, if they weren't talking about influence, this is where these debates come in. If we're not talking about strictly influence, like this debate,
We talk about Vince Carter.
Steph Curry is a better
Steph
basketball player than Allen Iverson, but Allen Iverson had more influence.
Did he? Because someone's changing the game as we
Steph's
speak.
influence is different.
Like these
Kyrie,
kids are getting wide open layups, and they're like,
Steph changed the whole game. But Iverson did too. So
you got his hair
what
right
we
on the
talking
bench.
about? So if we're talking about pure influence,
Without no Iverson,
look, think about this, bro. In the dunk community is right now. Anthony Hamilton Jr. is not a top 5 dunker, but he will be at every contest, and that's my little bro because influence.
Influence. Also, the homie just.
It goes to when we have these debates.
The highest.
If you're including Vince Carter is not a better dunker than Zach Lavine. But if we talk about influence, Vince Carter is the greatest dunker ever that lived.
It's like saying a pyramid's built and the first layer is Vince.
What's your next question? The answer was Vince Carter.
Vincenzo Carter, Vince Carter,
Vincent
I love it. No, honestly,
the cousin
I
of
love it.
T-Mac, Carter.
Vince Carter.
By the way,
Lamont Carter, bro.
Vince-
Carter.
Say his middle name. Vincent Lamont Carter. Say the
Vincent,
name.
Vincent High-Rise Carter.
Say the name. The half
By
man,
the
half
way,
amazing.
you guys, I don't know if you know this, but he's actually part of our podcast network, the VC show. So Vince Carter's in the family.
Vince Carter.
I want you to make sure he knows who he was going
Well,
to be.
no. We'll let him know for sure. Hopefully he tunes
us.
into the Courtside Club every single
Vince
week.
with us too.
Anyway,
So Vince Carter retweeted one of my tweets one time. Thank you. When you talk
Shout
about
out. We're in the Vince Carter
talk about
retweet.
influence, yeah, Vince Carter did that. That was awesome. That was cool. Vince Carter.
First of all, shout out to Jay Clark
read it.
because Jay Clark created one of the best moments in my life by sacrificing a dunk that he was going to do in the Vince Carter jersey in China by letting me do the dunk in the jersey.
Real
Vince
deal.
Carter retweeted it and he followed me off of that, and I thank Jay Clark because he never had to give me
Like
that
you said,
jersey.
crabs in a barrel, and the only way out is that what that Jay-Z line say? If we hop on the and we pull the crabs one by one. That's how you.
oh, it's like those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the monkeys and
That's
Yeah,
why,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
why we
those.
spoke
That's
about
how you
earlier
get
how
about
the
it.
dunk game doesn't evolve because there's some people that just like, I want all the money and like,
it's
we
like,
don't.
that's how you
we
get
don't
involved.
care about the money. If the dunk game evolves, we all are going to eat. We're all going to continue to get paid and be able to feed our families off
Can we
this
retract
job.
something? We
Like Tony Hawk wasn't the only person in his game.
We have rent
Tony Hawk
mortgages.
put
Yeah.
every
I
skater
I
that
have a
was
wife
popping
and
in
2
his
kids.
game. So
I care about the
I
money.
want to just say the money. We do
I
care
do
about the
care.
money.
I have a
no,
wife-
I'm not
wife
saying
and
you
2
don't.
kids.
That's
I live
what
in
I'm
California.
I'm saying you don't. I'm not
Rent
saying
is
you don't care
different.
about the money. The money comes with what we're doing. We're gonna get paid. I'm not gonna sit out here and be like, I love dunking. I do everything for free.
I think
No.
I think what you're trying to say is that you guys have all dedicated your lives to this and to growing the sport.
Definitely.
Yes.
And obviously, you are also trying to make a living off of it and make as much money as you can because at the end of the day, you guys are professional athletes and that career does not last forever either.
1000%.
It's a shelf
So-
life. And I gotta tell the kids like, I want to learn how to dunk. Hold on, man. I gotta pay rent first, and then I can help you out. Okay, no, I'm just playing. No. But no, it is like we just want to go ahead and increase our life as far as our jumping ability, and the one way to do that is to take care of our body like LeBron. So it would be good to get the sponsorship that give us the therapy guns and all that is amazing, but definitely want to go ahead and get compensated so that I can get
Definitely.
buy my own rapid reboots.
On Courtside Club, I have to ask some courtside questions. If you guys were sitting courtside, who would you love to see poster somebody from the courtside view?
Bron.
Yep.
Bron.
LeBron James.
I want to see Bron coming down court full speed.
On
Like how he
everybody.
dunked on Nurkic, I want to see that live.
that
Like
was good.
he's full heel down speed. Somebody's like, today's the day. I'm not taking this charge for my team. I'm taking this charge so I have a poster at my house of LeBron dunking on me because I love him.
Well, I don't know.
That's
That's
why I feel
some-
like
that's
they
course
take
a
them
lot.
charges. But I would love to see Bron or Prime Russ or Prom D Rose.
Those are good ones. Ja.
Ja. No, I
Ja-
saw
Ja-
Ja. Oh
Ja-
my
I saw
God.
Ja. That's
The
why I didn't
most
say Ja
disres-
because I saw Ja against Detroit. Oh, God.
I want to see Jordan. I want to see Jordan. Like I work for the Clippers, so I get to see everybody get posted when they come play us. So I want to see Jordan, man. Like I want to see him do the fake baseline and dunk on my tumbo, bro. And then I got you. Yeah, I want to see Jordan. He just because people didn't jump on him because he
You
went
did
all
that.
burn.
Like, what
He
they
do
do
that
was-
dribble
they
and
do
start
was-
this,
they
and
do
they're like,
was,
yeah, what
Sean
about
Kemp. I want to see Sean Kemp dunk on somebody and do that. Like, that would have been crazy.
Before all this head tap and
Sean Kemp was
Sean
the most
Kemp was the-
disrespectful dunker.
That
He's the
started it
most
all.
disrespectful NBA dunker to walk this earth. Because how
Yeah.
dare you not get a tech after dunking on somebody, dapping him up, picking him up, and then pointing at him. That's
I
bad.
don't know if that would fly in 2022.
Oh, no.
you're fighting. Hey, ref, time out.
That head tap ain't gonna fly. If somebody ever really tried to do that in the league, oh no, it's a fight. It's a big.
We're in the
it's a
tunnel
big
with it.
fight.
We're in the tunnel with it.
All right, next one for you. What is one dunk contest in history that you would have loved to have been courtside for?
2000.
2000 Vince Carter,
Vince Carter.
or
That's easy.
Zach Lavine versus Aaron
Oh,
Gordon.
I
Those
was there.
are the only two that you
You were
want
at
to see.
the
I was at the
Gordon,
Aaron
yeah.
Gordon, so I was at Zach's first, and I was at that one. So definitely, hands down, 2000 or Chicago 19.
Gold
What was
chain?
that? Not gold chain Jordan, but Jordan versus Dominique in Chicago, free throw line, white cements. So that might be
86, 84.
86, 87, something like that. Around that time, something. But
Because that's
yeah,
back when you saw superstars into it.
might have been when I was born. Who knows?
All right, last question for you guys. Who would you love to sit courtside with? Could be dead or alive. Anybody.
Can I say this one? I love style. If I can sit courtside, and this is something I've been thinking about for a while, I just want to sit courtside with Craig Sager, rest in peace, because the homie has style, and I just always want to pick his brain, not only basketball, but also like, bro, where did you get your suits?
Outfit. He also seemed just like an awesome human.
Chill
you
dude.
know?
Like, he just seemed like he'd be like, this seat's open. Cool. How you doing, Craig?
You guys know you get photographed at least,
Oh,
for sure.
And I have to come with, like, that'll force me to have the suit that I can only wear with Craig around.
That's
Floor-
a great question. I'm over here thinking.
I've been thinking about that for a while.
Can't follow that one up.
Sorry.
You got it?
I'm like, I keep wanting to call you JC, and now you guys have
No.
scared me.
He was like,
You can.
I'm
He
like,
never
Jonathan?
said you couldn't call him
They,
JC.
they were the ones
is
that flipped out
JC.
when you said JC.
Okay.
I have no problem. My initials are JC. JC is fine.
Hey, all tomorrow,
Who
JC?
would you love to sit courtside with?
I'm gonna go with my wife, just because we'd have a good time. We have fun.
Love
Smart man.
that.
Smart man.
Love that.
Make it last forever.
So not to do the sappy typical answer. I will, because I could easily say my daughter, because she loves basketball. Like, she would go lose her mind. But if I had to say a celebrity, Snoop. Because I know
That'd
we'll
be
have
fun.
a good time and we'll laugh, and it'll just be a great experience. So I gotta go.
You
with
trying to
Snoop.
be in the
'Cause I want to
video,
meet
like-
Snoop in general. So yeah, it's just Snoop. Snoop, if you see this, man, hey, I know GGN ain't around no more, because I was gonna try to get on that, but you know. You want to throw me in a little video or something? You know, I could play your son in a biopic or something. You can get it in.
Hold on, nephew. I got you right now. Let me call my agent.
Yeah.
Hey, make any shout outs you want. We are on the Courtside Club.
Yo, shout out mom. Nah, I used to be rough. Honestly, shout out to everybody that supported me, man. Down from the 661, Lancaster, California. We made it, y'all. We here.
Shout out to all the fans. Shout out to all the dunkers, supporters of Dunk. Continue supporting. We really appreciate it. Shout out Bullard High School. Go Knights. There you go.
First and foremost, long live Coach Friday, long live Fat Cat. Just shout out to everybody who has changed my life by just supporting my dunks online, by just giving a little scrawny kid from Marietta a chance to follow their dreams and inspire people to want to be themselves around this great, beautiful world, and blessing me with the opportunity to travel this world and be able to provide for my daughter. Follow my social medias at 1footgod, at TikTok, at the 1footgod. And I do have a business, guys. You looking for furniture? I do make furniture. Upper Room Collective. Holler at me. UPPR room.co. The Upper Room.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Courtside.
We'll see you next
At the
time.
Courtside Club.
The Courtside Club. You're not allowed in the Courtside Club. I'm the bouncer in the club. Whoa, IDs.
New.
Vince Carter, come on in. Yeah.
What's up, guys? It's Rachel DeMita. Thank you so much for watching this week's episode of Courtside Club. Make sure that you like, rate, and subscribe to ESPN's YouTube channel and wherever you listen to your podcast. We have new episodes coming to you guys every single week, so stay tuned for that, and I'll see you soon.